Bernie Mac, a comedic icon known for his booming voice and infectious laugh, left us 15 years ago. While fans cherished his humorous take on life, his sudden death sparked numerous questions. Was it a natural cause, or was there more to the story? Now, after years of silence, Bernie Mac's family is finally revealing the truth we've all been curious about. Join us as we explore the real story behind this beloved comedian's unexpected passing. But first, let's delve into his early life and career to understand what truly happened. Bernie Mac's early life and personal struggles. Bernie Mac, born Bernard Jeffrey McCullough on October 5th, 1957, in Chicago, Illinois, came from humble beginnings. His parents were Mary McCullough and Jeffrey Harrison. Raised on Chicago's South Side in a large family, Bernie was primarily brought up by his single mother. From a young age, Bernie demonstrated a natural flair for comedy. At just 8 years old, he performed his first stand-up routine, mimicking his grandparents at a church gathering. His grandfather served as a deacon at the local Baptist church, providing Bernie with plenty of material. Bernie's childhood was marked by hardship. When he was 16, his mother passed away from cancer. Shortly after, he also lost his older brother, estranged father, and grandmother. These losses profoundly impacted him. Bernie once reflected, "I came from a place where there wasn't much joy. I decided to try to make others laugh when there wasn't a lot to laugh about." This quote highlights his resilience and his drive to find light amid darkness. Despite these challenges, Bernie persevered. He took on various odd jobs to support himself, including working as a janitor, a bus driver, a cook, and delivering Wonder Bread. Regardless of his job, comedy was his true passion. He performed wherever he could, even telling jokes for spare change in the Chicago subway. His perseverance paid off when he created his own variety show at the Regal Theater in Chicago. This marked a significant step in his career, but his real breakthrough came in 1977 when he joined the comedy club circuit. Performing in clubs across the city, Bernie's unique style and ability to connect with audiences quickly set him apart. Did you know that Bernie married his high school sweetheart, Rhonda, in the same year? Their marriage lasted until his untimely death, and Rhonda remained a steadfast support throughout his life. As his career began to take off, Bernie continued to face personal difficulties. The losses from his youth stayed with him, but also fueled his comedy. He used his experiences to connect with people, making them laugh even during tough times. Bernie Mac's early life and career were shaped by hardship, but his talent for finding humor in adversity made him a cherished comedian. Bernie Mac's rise in comedy and film. Bernie Mac's acting career started with small roles in films like Mo Money in 1992 and Friday in 1995. These roles helped him gain recognition, but it was his hosting of HBO's Midnight Mac and his performances with Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and D.L. Hewley in the original Kings of Comedy in 2000 that truly established him as a major talent. These performances showcased his distinctive style and solidified his position as a top comedian. In 2001, Bernie Mac had a banner year. Fox debuted The Bernie Mac Show, a sitcom where he played a fictionalized version of himself. The show was a huge success, receiving multiple Emmy and Golden Globe nominations and winning a Peabody Award. Bernie's character, who suddenly becomes the guardian of his sister's 3 children, won viewers' hearts with his honest and humorous approach to parenting. Bernie often broke the fourth wall to speak directly to the audience, adding a personal touch that resonated with viewers. That same year, Bernie starred in the blockbuster film Ocean's 11 alongside George Clooney and Brad Pitt. His role in this film further cemented his status as a Hollywood star. From then on, Bernie was a regular in major films. In 2003, he appeared in Charlie's Angels Full Throttle and Bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton. He also starred with Chris Rock in Head of State. Bernie Mac's comedy was influenced by legends like The Three Stooges, Richard Pryor, and Redd Foxx. His big break came after winning the Miller Lite Comedy Search at age 32. A memorable performance on HBO's Def Comedy Jam in 1992, where he boldly declared, "I ain't scared of you" expletive propelled him to fame, television triumphs, and final years. The Bernie Mac show was not only popular with audiences, but also critically acclaimed. The show often drew from Bernie's own life experiences, adding a layer of authenticity that resonated with viewers. Bernie, a Chicago native, was a huge fan of the Chicago White Sox and frequently referenced his favorite team in the show. In the 2005 season, he even wore a White Sox jacket and cap to celebrate their World Series win. Despite the show's success, it ended in 2006 after 5 seasons. It garnered several awards, including an Emmy for Outstanding Writing and a Humanitas Prize for promoting human dignity. TV Guide also ranked Bernie's character among the 50 greatest TV dads of all time. During his time on the show, Bernie continued to excel in films. He appeared in the Ocean's trilogy from 2001 to 2007, starred in Mr. 3000 in 2004, and featured in Guess Who in 2005. He managed to balance TV and film roles, consistently delivering performances that delighted fans. In 2007, Bernie announced on CBS's Late Show with David Letterman his intention to retire after completing the comedy film The Whole Truth, Nothing But the Truth, So Help Me Mac. He expressed a desire to enjoy life more, saying, "I missed a lot of things. I was a street performer for 2 years. I went into clubs in 1977 and was on the road 47 weeks out of the year." Even as he contemplated retirement, Bernie continued to find success in film. In 2007, he appeared in Transformers as Bobby Bolivia, a memorable role that added to his film legacy. He also voiced Suba, Alex the Lion's father, in Madagascar, Escape to Africa. In 2008, he co-starred with Samuel L. Jackson in the musical comedy Soul Men, released just months after his death. Bernie's final film role was in Old Dogs, released in 2009, a year after his passing. His career spanned over 3 decades, and even in his final years, he remained a beloved figure in entertainment. Bernie Mac's struggle with sarcoidosis. Although Bernie was flourishing in his career, his health took a toll. Did you know that Bernie Mac had sarcoidosis? This condition affects around 1 million people globally, with varying impacts across ethnic groups. For most Caucasians who contract sarcoidosis, recovery is expected in about 80 to 90% of cases. However, for Black Americans, the disease is often more severe, requiring longer treatment and more frequent hospital visits. Sarcoidosis has no cure and usually affects adults under 40. It particularly impacts African Americans, especially women. Sometimes the disease is mild and goes into remission, but it can also be severe, causing ongoing damage to multiple organs. Surprisingly, sarcoidosis is often misdiagnosed and remains relatively unknown even among doctors. Medically speaking, doctors are still unsure about the exact cause of the inflammation seen in sarcoidosis. They know it usually begins in the lungs, but it can also affect other areas such as the skin, eyes, heart, brain, and even bones. The disease often starts with mild shortness of breath during physical activity. Over time, this can escalate to occur even during less strenuous tasks, like walking a few blocks or doing household chores. This was Bernie's experience as well.